Hi, this is Heather with Affinity for Yarn, and today I want to show you the bobble stitch for the border. So you'll see here that I have a swatch just made up real quick with single crochet stitches, and then I did one round of single crochet stitches around the edges to get the border going. So now we're going to go ahead and get started on the bobble stitch. Real quick, just to note, for this first round here, I did join the round with a slip stitch here. So that's where I left off, is I just did the slip stitch. So now to go ahead and get started on the bobble stitch, you're going to do a double crochet into your first stitch here. So I'm going to do a double crochet right into this first one. Okay. So we'll yarn over and pull up a loop, and then we'll yarn over and pull through two, and then yarn over and pull through the other two. Okay, I'm going to pull this in a little bit here. Okay, and then for the next stitch, we're going to go ahead and do just a slip stitch. So insert your hook into the next stitch here, and then pull through that, through the stitch, and then also pull through the loop on your hook. So that is the slip stitch. And now for the next stitch, you're going to go ahead and do another double crochet. So we'll yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through two, and yarn over and pull through the other two. And now we're going to alternate back to the slip stitch again. So insert your hook into the next stitch here, and then yarn over and pull through the stitch, and then yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook as well. And so you'll see that we're starting to get that little bobble edge. So you're going to continue this pattern around the row. So let me just do a couple more with you, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm double crocheting, and now I'm doing a slip stitch, and then double crochet, and then slip stitch. So we'll repeat that around. And the one call out with this stitch is that for the corners, you do not need to do anything special. You're just going to continue with the pattern of the double crochet and slip stitch for the corners. And I can show you that. So let me quick finish up this side, and I'll come to the corner here and just show you what you do there. Be right back. Okay, so I'm coming into the corner here. So I'm just want to show you and just walk you through it so that it kind of helps clear things up here. So I just left off with my slip stitch here. So that was my last one. So my next stitch, I'm going to go ahead and do a double crochet. So I'm starting to come into the corner here. Oops, and I didn't pull all the way through. Hang on. There we go. And then in the next stitch, you're going to go ahead and just do a slip stitch in that one. Okay, and then you're going to round the corner, and then in the next stitch here, you're just going to do a double crochet. So you'll see there's no doubling up of stitches within the stitch below. It's just you keep carrying that pattern through, and it's a little loose, but that is how you do the corner. So you will continue this all the way around the blanket with alternating between double crochet and single crochet, or excuse me, double crochet and slip stitches. Big difference there. So double crochet and slip stitches. So I'm going to just flip this over so you can see. So this is what it's going to look like. There is a wrong side and a right side to this stitch. So I do want to call out that when you're doing this stitch, you want to make sure you're doing it on the back of your work. So if you have a specific pattern that only has one side, make sure that you do, that you're crocheting on the wrong side of it so that the bobbles pop through on the right side of it like they do here. So you'll see that they stick out like that. Otherwise, you might end up frogging it and having to redo it, but it's pretty easy to tell right away if it doesn't look right. You just want to make sure that you have the bobbles showing on the right side here. And then one other call out for this stitch is that it does need to be used with even amount of stitches. Again, with this one, it's pretty easy to modify a little bit if you need to do an extra slip stitch into a stitch, or an extra double crochet. You can kind of modify it, and it wouldn't show up on the work too well. It's not going to be noticeable if you do need to modify it slightly, but it does call for even number of stitches. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it, and please subscribe for new tutorials. Thanks. Have a great day.